All right, fellas, this is a deep one, super deep. I want to tell all you guys, just give up on dating. Just give up on dating until we have an economic collapse and AI takes most people's jobs. Because here's why. I'm going to explain to you. Here's why. The dating scene is nothing but a liability. It's going to be a negative return on your investment of your time, your energy, your money spent. Listen, guys. Let me explain something. I had literally the best. I think the universe sent me a message. It's gonna be a very good message. Apex, just give up on the girls. I'll reward you at the end of time when things start to correct themselves. But for now, stay out the game. There's no point in being in the game anymore. I had a situation. I had the peoples called on me. The popo called on me. The popo. The popo called on your boy. And you know why they called on your boy? Because they said I was getting called for harassment. I said, Jesus Christ. Jesus goddamn Christ. And this is why. Harassment to me is like when you are threatening violence and threatening like the R word, or when like you're threatening like just when you're being very threatening. You know what I threatened somebody with? Going out, having some fun, and helping them with their life a little bit, and just being a good community activist slash like man, being helpful because I want to help young women because women are out here like they're struggling. It's hard being a single girl by yourself trying to do it alone. It really is because I know how hard it is as a guy, and I'm physically equipped to be able to do it. Like that's my role as a man and a male, is that you have the ability to fight and protect and use logic, and you're stronger, faster. On average, not all, on average. But as a man, if you take care of yourself physically, you work out, you study, you're going to be a very formidable character. But young ladies are very vulnerable in the world. Like we live in a very safe civilization where you have to worry about animals killing you and like tribes coming down and raiding your village and killing everybody and taking all your food. We don't have to worry about these things nowadays. For the most part, all you got to do is worry about going to work, making sure you're making enough money, having a nice little house, and living life like peacefully. That's all you got to do, really. Thank God for the people of the past to have put in that hard type of labor and work to build what we have today. And I'm very grateful for it. Thank you, ancestors of mankind. But now, what we have done is we have created the ultimate like Disney world of a world. See, like what we really live in is called Disneyland. Like America, the West is Disneyland. It's not. It's too easy. This is not real. Like a lot of people don't understand because they don't work hard jobs, hard labor jobs that make things like you have to do difficult work where you're grabbing, pulling, carrying heavy things, operating heavy machinery, where like there's real imminent danger just kind of hanging around. Most people don't live that type of reality. And so what happens is they're not as sharp to be able to read things because they live in a very safe, comfortable bubble. Like a lot of people just they sit at their house, they work from home, or they go to an office and they sit in a room and they work from the office and they get in their car and they drive back. And that's essentially the average person's life for the most part in America. Like maybe if they're a little bit like low scale, like if you're a little bit bright, like there's really low IQ where like you're stuck kind of doing like quickie mark work for the rest of life. And then there's people that have like the average IQ, which is like they like, oh, well, I can just do a safe, comfortable job and then I don't have to worry about anything. There's people with the higher IQ which understand, hey, look, thank God all this stuff exists, but let me make sure I stay savage enough where if things do hit the fan, I'm not going down like a punk. I'm going to at least be able to fight and defend myself. So they stay a little bit dangerous, which is a good thing as a man. You need to be a little bit dangerous as a man. And not going around like hurting people, but you need to know how to deal with danger. The only way to deal with danger is to expose yourself to danger, so that way you become dangerous because you understand when things are going bad. Most people don't understand when things are going bad. Most people are very oblivious until things just go boom, they fucking hit the fan. Then most people are like, oh shit. Like you gotta understand, most people in life are reactive. They're not proactive. They don't take measures to make sure things are being done. They kind of just sit back and they enjoy, eat the beer, drink the beer, eat their fucking McDonald's, and oh, I like that show. I like ball sport. Good guy catch ball. That's what most people are. So if you're like me, you enjoy this channel, and you like real game and real spit, you're not one of those people. If you don't like it, then I am definitely your worst nightmare as a human being. Because you're like, holy shit, there's real people out there. And they didn't know. They get terrified. People get very terrified. Very terrified. And it's because they don't ask questions, not informative, and they're just kind of like in La La Land. Because once again, we all live in Disneyland. So because of this Disneyland thing we live in, young women have like the same dulled sense as men, but worse because they're really not like equipped to deal with harsh reality. And you go back and you can look at that. Kevin Samuels always spoke about this. I think it's The Island, where like they put a group of men on the fucking island, they put a group of women on the island, and the woman almost like died and starved to death because they couldn't pick a leader, and they had to get rescued like within the first like couple hours or day. And the men were actually out there after the first day making fires, had a little bit of semi shelter. Because men operate as a group, we sort each other out, we figure out who's the best person for the job. Go ahead, tell us what to do, and we move on. Women kind of have to do all this thing. There's a lot of bickering, blah blah blah. And so because the world is so soft, men's baseline has dropped so low that a lot of them kind of act like women. And you're like, what do you mean act like women? Well, they're not very proactive. They don't take steps to make sure things are going to run correctly. They're planned out, and there's what's the word? Contingency plans in case certain things don't work out. That's how men are supposed to operate. We plan for worst case scenario, and we strive to do the best we can. And that way we kind of cover our ass on all bases. So what happens is with fucking girls, they don't do that. That's a lot of work, and they're not biologically equipped. Like they're supposed to be with us because we help them make their life easier so they don't have to worry about killing fucking animals and trying to survive. And I don't want to hear, like, oh man, there's some women that hunt. Yes, there are some women that hunt. But how many women do you know that go hunt in the woods by themselves? You don't see that. You don't see that very often. You know who does that? Guys. Am I one of those guys? I might be in the future, but right now, fuck no. You could have paid me to go out to the woods by myself and go figure out a hunt. I got to bring somebody with me because I don't know enough. I'm saying, see? And men, we have a way that we can know how to put our ego aside, put our pride away if we understand it's for the better good and for our own security. In La La Land that we live in, guys don't believe that. Women don't believe that. Like, they're just fucking willy-nilly all out the thing. So what happens is if you're a real, like, man, if you're really about this man thing, you find yourself in quite a fucking predicament because you're too, what's the word? You're too savage and too, like, logical for people to be able to operate because most people are operating just willy-nilly. They don't want to be proactive. They don't see why I need to be proactive in some things. They just fucking living life by the seat of their fucking pants, not understanding. And see, the crazy aspect of this is why dating is done for me. I'm out the game for chicks. I'm done. I'm fucking finished. Before I do that, I'll build my own village and build my own city before I fucking try to date somebody in the modern world. It's fucking over with. And so what has happened is I had a situation where I had to do a job for somebody. And when I did this job, I met the mother and the daughter. And they both liked me a lot. Like, really liked me. Like, to the point where, like, the mama dropped me a little fucking change and said, look, take care of my daughter. Because she was going back to wherever the fuck she was going to go back to. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, like, yeah, the daughter's feeling me. The mama fucking loves me. They called the pops on the phone, had me talk to the dad. I'm like, oh, this is good blessing. I'm looking like, this is the great shit from the universe. The universe is doing me a solid. I'm like, thank you, universe. Appreciate you, God. No. See, the modern world has screwed up everything. So even with the blessings of meeting the mom, talking to the dad, and the girl already liked me, and then me showing value and producing things, I couldn't win. This is supposed to be a no-loss situation. Now, there's more details in the story. You got to go over to my Patreon. In the Patreon, I'll explain the real full details of what happened. But yeah, what I'm essentially telling you is nothing can be saved and salvaged in this dating field. It's fucking over with, son. Maybe if you got arranged marriage when you were like young and you guys been working it out, you got a good chance. But anybody that's out there building, doing their thing, and they have like goals and aspirations and dreams outside just living in the box, anybody's really striving for freedom, bro, pack it in. Pack it in. And this is what I'm going to say, pack it in till. Pack it in till shit hits the fucking fan. When America, like I called the great crash out which is what is coming in America, the great 2023 crash out. Maybe 2024. I think it's be faster because I think we're gonna accelerate because I'm seeing worse and worse shit on the internet as I look on it. And this is why you come to me because I spit that reality truth, not that Andrew Tate nonsense that you guys have been fucking slopping up, that top G slop. No, this is real spit. And see, what we do over here, real spit, is we tell the truth because the truth sets you free and make you smarter and help you go. That's why the truth sets you free because the truth gives you freedom. If you don't accept truth, you're never gonna have freedom. Most people lie to themselves. That's why they can't be free. I wish people could understand this stuff. It's so simple. So anyway, yeah, I was aggressively trying to be a gentleman to a young lady. Hey, ma'am, let me hit you up at blah, blah, blah time. I want to take you out. We can go have some fun. That's what I'm talking about. It's sitting content. Sitting content, stupid content that I have that's funny, that you guys enjoy, that you guys like. This is why you guys watch me, because it's fun, enjoyable, informative content. But the result was I get the popo called on me. And once again, I'll tell the story in the Patreon and my mastermind. We're opening a mastermind over at Apex Sapien because I want to give you guys some real spit detail from the heart. Give you guys my line, let you talk to me, make a whole fan group. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, yeah, man, dating scene is fucking finished because that was a fucking knockout of the park. Like that should have been my wife. It really should have been my wife. Gone. No chance. Popo called on me. And I'm looking like, damn. If the Popo can call me for this one, nigga, fuck going out. There ain't no chance I'm going out. Go out for what? I had one terrible date experience. Should have been my omen. Don't ever go back out again. And then we just had the next one, which is go to. I'm over it. I'm so over reality. And you know what's crazy? It's like you gotta realize so many people are living in delusion in La La Land that when you see things for what they really are, people like they freak out because they can't understand. They're like, "What? How does he know this?" And like you just sit there and just watching ahead of the trend, and it's not hard. It's called doing math and just looking at things and observing patterns. And like I think people have just lost the ability to observe patterns because they had to live in this comfort where they didn't have to notice anything because everything was just told to do. And it starts from the school system. School systems killed it. School system. Thank God I went to school before social media. Thank God. Oh my God, I'll be fucked. Because I see some of my friends, they still live in reality, but they're fucked still. A lot of these niggas are definitely fucked. Because I think college and social media got these motherfuckers. But me, as a young lad, there was no internet. Like, we had dial-up. So you had to be at home sitting on the computer to get on. There's no games to play. Online was not yet prevalent. Like, online gaming where you could play with your boys and play with your friends and shit. That shit wasn't prevalent until I was damn near in, shit, 9th grade? 10th grade, probably. Man, I might have been in high school. I don't know. I mean, middle school. I mean, at the earliest middle school, maybe 8th grade is when we got online. But before that, niggas was doing LAN parties. We would show up to people's cribs. Everybody bring a system, bring a TV, and we'll fucking just play in somebody's garage. That's how we were moving back in the day. Young men had a fucking brotherhood and bonds. Thank God. I understand the friendship and love of having friends. A lot of these young kids, they ain't got no friends. All they do is talk to each other on fucking TikTok, Snapchat, and over Fortnite. That's their entire existence. These kids are fucked, which is bad, but it's also very good because it means less and less capable people are going to be around in society. And because less and less capable people are going to be around society, if you are capable and logical, you're going to be rich, very powerful, because all the old dinosaurs are dying off. There's not going to be anybody left but internet kids. We're the generation. Eventually, Joe Biden, Trump, all these motherfuckers are going to be gone. Gone. All these old, evil people that we call the boomers and shit, they're going to be gone. We're going to have a whole bunch of people that have been raised by the internet. And they all kind of group think and think like that. But they're very lazy, dumb, and don't know how to really do anything spectacular. And see, really, this is going to be the critical junction. This is some real hyper future shit. The critical juncture is if we can get to the point where smart, capable people can kind of basically get control of the AI shit that runs things. Because if they can get that AI stuff that, like when they start making like mechanical guns and all that shit, like they have drones and shit, but someone has to control it, pilot it. But if we could stop that, keep the fucking dumb, lazy people from being able to get those type of weaponries, oh, it's a wrap. We're going to run this thing. Even if they do get it, yeah, some people might die. But the smart, capable people are gonna outthink it. We're just gonna go low tech. Because think about it, the Taliban can fucking smoke, smoke America. What do you think we can do? These people that sit in their fucking cubicles all day, they don't know the terrain of life. So yeah, they might have robots, but how many robots are going to be built? How many can they be manufactured? How many can you really do that are going to be capable to work on? And then when they go down, they don't repair, because like it's not going to be super sentient. Like people really overestimate how smart AI is. It is smart, but it has to be programmed. And who's programming it? And it can't it can program, but it can't really program itself. I mean, it can't program itself, but still, it's not going to be at that. It's going to be very rudimentary. I learned this from watching like a boxing animation. But anyway, besides the point, that's the other futuristic shit that we are talking about. What I'm saying is, young man, just give up on dating, Phil. Unless a young girl comes up to you and just is like begging you to be her fucking man, give up. No point. No point. Don't even try to fucking. Don't even make an attempt. Don't cold approach. Don't don't ask for dates. Don't ask for numbers. Like she has to make it super, 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 super well known that I want to be your fucking woman, and not because you're flashing cash. I would also recommend you walk around broke. Walk around look like you're broke, or just look like you're an average guy, and just slowly start to build your wealth, build your thing, get yourself in smart social situations where you're with other powerful men, and the world will conjugate to you. People will find their way to you. And that's really all you gotta do. That's all the game. Help other powerful men and help other men who are aspiring to be powerful and be great. Find them. Those become your fucking road dogs. You guys get money together, get rich together, and when shit hits the fan, you keep each other's backs. And eventually when all this shit fucking flares up and all fucking goes down to shit, you'll be all right. And every woman will flock to you because you know what you're doing. And clearly nobody else knows what they're doing because everything else is in chaos. But if you know what you're doing within the chaos, golden. They're going to be flying to you, nigga. Flying to you. Because listen, the internet done fucked up all the girls. Is running low on storage space. All right, I'll go do that. But anyway, yeah, the internet has ruined the fucking modern age. Internet in college killed fucking the dating scene. And probably started from grade school, to be honest with you. That was the worst part. You should never have boy and girls compete against each other. There's no point. Let them fucking let girls be girls and let the guys be the guys. It is, they're on different planes to operate. But anyway, best of luck to you young people. It's tough out there. It's tough out there for a soldier. But guess what? You keep fucking showing up and you keep fucking fighting. Because eventually, you will win. Because there's not that many people trying to fight. That's the funny part. There's not a lot of people you compete against. You really compete against yourself for the most part. Like, whether you know it or not, in your city, for like, if you go, like, if you're really striving, if you're working out, reading, writing, doing the best you can do, you are really the top guy in a city within like a 5, 6, 7, 8 mile range. Like, you likely are. I think about this now. We lined up all the guys in my little 5 to 6 mile range, which is a lot of people. I'm probably the dominant male. It might be a bigger range, to be honest with you. That's not. I'm probably the dominant male that doesn't have a family and doesn't have a kid. I'm top of the fucking heap. And even then, I can't